Hello everyone, thanks for coming. Nice to see a full press room today. Must be because we're in Europe. Fantastic achievement last year, honestly. Just want to say that at the start. Really proud of my players. And I think we've had a great summer. We've signed some great players as well. So I'm really looking forward to the year. More than anything, I'm looking forward to this press conference with you lot. So a lot of new faces, but let's start with one of the older faces. My favourite Australian, yeah, you at the back.
Mr. Boo, Troy here from FML. There's a rumour floating around that you're a massive fan of kids and you always try to get them alone. Oh shit. Wrong notes. Let me start again. There's rumours floating around that you're a massive fan of Wonder Kid, Kooky, and he joins Huddersfield in on loan for the season. Will you be looking to make that move permanent after the season's end?
Hopefully. We're going to see he's a good kid. He's a good player. Definite Wonder Kid. We like the look of him. We feel lucky to have been able to sign him on loan. I thought there was two clubs went in for him. Another club, which most people might say are a bigger club than we are, and he chose us. So yeah, fantastic player. We'll see how it goes. We have got it in the deal to sign him for quite a large fee if we want to and if he wants to. So we'll see about that. But yeah, maybe. Right, let's have a new face. Yeah, the guy at the back over there.
Thank you, Mr. Boot. Toby here from Teach FM. Mr. Boot, following the unsavoury rumours circulating the national red tops that involved yourself, the chairman, and a hamster, my question is, what promises have you made your chairman that the £92 million you spent this transfer window will bring Huddersfield Town success?
Well, it looks like a lot of money. I mean, £92 million is a lot of money. But every deal we've made, we haven't paid outright for these players. It's spread, and I mean it is spread out like you would not believe on goals scored, international appearances. Honestly, it's not as bad as it looks. Still a lot of money, and we've still got to pay that eventually. But we've bought some good players, and we've bought some decent players. I mean, most of them are young. We've bought a little bit of experience, but fantastic signings, and I think he knows that. And I know when Europe, we want to go to that next level, we need to spend that kind of money. So I think he's alright with it. I'm alright with it, so yeah. Right, next question. The Geordie looking dude in the front row. Yeah, you.
DMG Northern Echo. Now you've signed Gary Cahill for just over £1 million. A lot of people in the press have been saying his best years are behind him and his legs are gone. So do you still see him as a first team regular this season, or is he going to be a tutor to help develop the younger players in the squad?
Well, as I was saying, we've got a bit of experience. Gary is that experience. 32, I think he's still got great ability. He's the new club captain, which says it all. It says that I plan on playing him whenever he's fit. Got a lot of experience, played at the highest level, won a lot of trophies. He's going to be playing, he's going to be tutoring, and he's just great to have in that dressing room. So I really think it shows up the defence a bit. So I'm really happy with Gary. I know people saying he's past it, but he's not made a step down coming here. He's still good enough to play at highest level, and we're playing in Europe this year. We are Huddersfield Town, so I'm really chuffed with it. So yeah, let's have a question from the big chap at the back.
Having spent £25 million on Klosterman, how much of a clusterfuck will it be if he gets injured?
What's your language? Got kids watching. He's a great player. Can play at centre half, and we've got him to be a right back. Can play both positions brilliantly. Got a lot of ability. He's young. Again, we've spread that deal out, and I've got a lot of faith in this kid. I mean, we've had him watched quite a bit, and I think he helps make our defence stronger. And that's something we've tried this year. I think we were great going forward, and we scored a lot of goals last year, but we also let in a lot of goals. So that's what we try to do this year. We try to make the defence stronger, and I think he does that. So I'm pretty chuffed with that, to be honest with you. Right, the guy at the back looks like Team Wolf. Yeah.
Hiya mate, it's Wolfie from Wolf Sky Live Sports non-PG HD, not 4K yet news. My question for you today is, how are the clubs longer after, splashing out over 100 million on 5 players? That's a lot of money, and you just got that Europa League money, and you just got the Premier League money, and you just got into the Europa League. We at Wolves Sky Live Sports non-PG HD, not 4K yet news, want to know how the finances are doing for the Huddersfield fans. Would you be able to enlighten us on that? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, all this money's spread out, and I mean the kind of money you get in the Premier League is crazy. We've signed new sponsorship deals, we've got a new kit deal. They wouldn't give me the money if we couldn't spend it. They're very clever. The chairman, he's very clever. They know what they're doing. They're the ones who give me that money, and I just think we've done it right. We're not being silly. We have a plan in place. Don't get me wrong, if we got relegated this season, we'd be screwed, wouldn't we? Yeah, I'd lose my job and this club would go under. But that is not going to happen. Not one bit. Right, let's go international now. I'm going to go to the guy from the Finland Times at the back over there.
Hey Bood, the Fin FM here. What do you think is the impact of Chinese money in European football? Also, why didn't you call me after the weekend?
Dude, that's supposed to be between me and you. I'll ring you later. Yeah. Cheeky. Anyway, Chinese money, it's a good thing. They've got a lot of it. They're pumping it into Europe, buying average players. So it's giving us some money back. I don't know, maybe it's going to start making prices skyrocket, and maybe their league will become amazing. Maybe it'll crash and burn. It's going to be interesting to see. Definitely interesting to see. And I might manage in China at some point. I've got a few ideas. Maybe I'll go there one day and see what it's like. Maybe because they'll pay me about £10 million a week and you won't, will you? It's like 300 million he's worth. 300 million anyway. Yeah, sorry about that. Nice one. Yeah, I'll ring you. Yep. Right. Oh, one of the old guys, one of my favourites. Yeah, you, little chubby fella.
Yeah, Curti FM here, Daily Sport. Neven Subotic was famously alienated by the dressing room at Dortmund for his love of S&M and hardcore pornography. Yet at Huddersfield he's been welcomed with open arms by not only the dressing room but the fans as well. Would you put that down to the fact that everyone in Huddersfield is a dirty bastard?
Yeah, I married my wife from Huddersfield. I'm not silly. She loves it. Chairman here, he dresses. What do you like doing? He dresses as a baby. Gets put in like an oversized cot, don't you? Gets your butt whipped with a rattle. He loves it. Honestly, he'll fit right in here. Bunch of kinky bastards. So, and he's a good player. How good is he? For free. We got him for free. Look at his face. He's still smiling, aren't you? Free. I know. For 40 grand a week. Happy days. Right, one last question because I've got to head over to the transfer centre and talk about all that. So, Scottish guy here with ginger hair and the cap on. Yeah, you.
Hi there, Mr. But it's Keepers from Brazzers Magazine. I just wanted to ask you a question about all the new signings you made and the bonding session you sent them on. Not bondage session, sorry, that's in a different magazine. The bonding session, you sent them on a night out together. Now it has only just been made public of how that night out went. First and foremost, Cookie obviously being the baby. I heard he just had 1 pint and he was already on the floor, got taken away by the police and all he could do was make pig noises. I heard Subotic and Cahill were constantly urging the rest of the group to go to the men's establishment. Klosterman fucked off with the first German bird he saw, or so he thought was a bird. And then Grimaldo and Bazot went off to the casino by themselves, and to top it all off, De La Feu was caught creeping on the dance floor, just finishing other people's drinks. What can you do in the future to stop this happening?
I said this last year, I like a team bonding. We did it again this year. We went to Spain on a pre-season tour, and I think when you go on a lads' holiday, you get to know your mates, you have a laugh, and it really bonds you. And it worked last year. Look how well we did last year. And I'm hoping the same will happen again. It's the summer. They had a beer. One of them slept with a man. It happens, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? We went to a titty bar. It's all good. Everyone loves each other. Everyone knows each other. And hopefully it'll take that spirit into the new season. And we'll do well. Hopefully. Top 5 again. That's the aim. Anyway, it's been brilliant. I love every single one of you. Great questions. Hope you all have a great day. If you're going home, don't forget to drive safely and turn on HTVTV's Transfer Centre, because I'm going to be talking about all the transfer news next. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hello and welcome to this transfer special. I hope you enjoyed the press conference. I just want to say thanks to all them guys. A lot of them I've never worked with before. They've never done that for me before. Not because I've never asked them. So I was just chuffed to get to have a few different people in an episode, because I'm all about that. I like getting different people in. It's just a good laugh in it to involve the community and fellow content creators. So thanks to every single one of them. And before we start, I just want to give a special thank you to Wolfie, who also asked me a question, but mainly because me and him have got quite close recently. We swapped numbers in a mate way. And you know, we're getting to know each other. He's always supported my channel. I think I've always tried to support his channel as much as I can. And it's been nice to get to know him. He's honestly a nice lad. He's done all this graphic for me. Anything that you see that's quite new, Wolfie made for me for nothing. So thanks, Wolfie. Honestly, really appreciate it. Right, first we'll start with goalkeepers now. We've made no changes in this position. We are going to be keeping Jordan Pickford. I think Jordan's a good player. I like him. I think he's got some great ability. We're also going to be keeping Marcus Bettinelli. He's a great keeper as well. There's not much between these two, and last year they probably shared goalkeeper duties about 50-50. So I'm looking for one of them to push ahead, take the lead, take control, and hopefully become my number one this year. Right, next is right back. Now Varea is staying. At the end of last season, I got a news report from my assistant manager that said Varea is making really good signs, really good improvements. He's still at a really good age. He's not going to improve much more, but he's got some really, really good ability. We've sold Tommy Smith. Now, Tommy Smith went to West Brom for 1.8 million. West Brom got relegated. I wanted to sell him anyway, but before I put him up for sale, West Brom came in with the offer, so I was like, yeah, 1.8 million. He didn't really figure last year. And in, we have brought Klosterman. He's a decent player, this lad. We've got him from Germany. He can play at centre half, but I'm going to be playing him as a right back because he can play there naturally as well. I think he's got a lot of ability, a lot of promise. He cost us 25 million quid. That's spread out over 4 years, so it's not bankrupted us, not one bit. But he's a great player. I'm really happy we've got him. Right, left backs. Now we're keeping Lerver. Now he's an all-round decent player. He started off last year fantastic, kind of tailed off towards the end. And Rika, the lone guy, he started playing a bit more towards the end of the season. But I like Lerver. He can create a goal. He's a decent crosser of the ball. And like I said, Rika, the lone player, we just didn't renew his loan. He's decent enough, but I wanted to buy one because I got the chance to buy this guy, Alex Grimaldo. Now this lad has got some ability. It's cost us 30 million quid, but he is fantastic. I think he's got a lot of promise, and the fact that we could get him, I just thought was amazing. Now, it's a lot of money for a left back, but I'm buzzing. I think he's really going to make that position exciting this year. Right, centre halves. Now, there's been a few things going on here. I'll tell you who's staying. We're keeping Schindler. Now, he's not the greatest centre half. I think he's a decent centre half. We have had a bidding for him for 7.5 million, and I think he's only worth about 6.5 million. But we're going to keep him. I don't mind it. Great squad player. Was the captain last year. He's not anymore, but he's not spat his dummy out. He's not said a word. So he's a good lad to have around. We're also keeping Ayala. Now Ayala has just been a pain in the neck all summer. Marseille came in with a bid. I turned it down because I was like, I don't want to sell him. I want him. And he spat his dummy out. He's not turned up for training twice. I fined him twice. Once for 1 week and the next for 2. Now, some people are selling, get rid of him because he's a disruption maybe, but I'm not going to. He can at least stay another year and we'll see if he changes his mind. And if he's still moaning at the end of the season, and then I'm shipping him out. Also, we're keeping Subotic. Now, you saw us sign him at the end of last season on a free. So obviously he's coming into the club, cost us no money, only wanted 40 grand a week, and I think he's got great ability. I think he's a really good defender for a club of our size. So, and he's not past it either yet. So he's in the endish of his peak of his career. So I'm really happy with that. And the last player we've bought in at centre half position is Gary Cahill. Now DMG. One of my good mates, he was ripping me in the question in the press conference, but Gary Cahill's got some decent ability still. He's only 32. Now, I think we signed him for 2 years, I think, off the top of my head. But even if we just get a good year out of him, I'm happy. He's the best player now in my team to be captain, so I've made him captain. That kind of experience at the back will be fantastic. So, to start this season, I'm going to be starting Cahill and Subotic as my number one partnership in the centre of defence. Now, leaving us has been Morrison. We've sold him to Fulham for 1.5 million. We also sold Heffley, and I hate that name, and I'm glad he's gone, for 2.5 million to Hull City. So neither of them hardly figured last year. I mean, Heffley went out on loan to Bristol City. So, right, defensive midfielders. Now we're keeping Hogg. I've said it a million times. I think he's a really good player, and he just does a job I like. And I think he's good enough as a squad player, so I'm really happy Jonathan Hogg's staying. Now we've brought in a quality player, but first I'll tell you about who's left. And as you'll know, Lewis Cook went. He was a loan player. They didn't want to reloan him. They didn't want to sell him, so he's gone. So we have brought in an absolutely fantastic player, and his name is Bazoa, I think. We're going to call him Big Baz. I'm changing that name to Big Baz, I tell you, because I can't be bothered with that. Anyway, what a player. He is a cracking young defensive midfielder, and I think he could become something special. Now, Everton, if you watched the end of last season, got relegated, and I felt so sorry for him. They'd just been picked apart. Last time I looked, I think they'd sold about 130 odd million pounds for talent. I think Ross Barkley has gone to AC Milan. Lukaku's gone to Man City. We've stole Big Baz for 30 million, and we've also got another player who you will find out about in a minute. Right, the centre of midfield, and staying is Hughes. Now, Will Hughes has also had his head turned. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. Some big team came in for him, offered us quite a bit of money. I said no, because I don't want to sell him. He spat his dummy out, but not as bad as Ayala. He's not stopped going to training, he's just a bit miserable, but I think he'll get over that. I hope he does. Now, we haven't changed anything. We've kept Moy. Now, as you know, when you start the game, or when I started this series, Moy is already at Huddersfield on loan for Man City. At the end of last season, we put in again for a year, and we loaned him again last year, and he was happy enough to come. And he did really well when he played. He scored that great free kick in that last game against Bournemouth at the end of last season, which was a great goal. And we put him for loan again, and this time there was an option for 2 years. So I pressed it, and they said yeah. So we've loaned Aaron Moy for another 2 years. Right, the right wing. Now, there's been a couple of changes here, but not too much. Now, we're keeping Alex Pritchard. Decent player. He's alright. Good squad player. He's going to be the backup right winger this year. Now, we've sold Van La Parra. Not really a Premier League player. And Fulham, again, have come in for a second one of our players and offered us 3.7 million for him, which was good. About his value, I think. So we sold him to Fulham. Van La Parra left, and we've managed to keep Sisto. Now, I wanted to sign him, I'll be honest, but they wouldn't sign him. Well, they would let us, but I think it was stupid money. So I put him for loan again, and they said yeah, but there was a 2-year option again, so we've loaned Sisto for 2 years. Right, switching over to the left, and we're keeping Robbie Brady. Decent player. He does some good stuff. His final ball sometimes really lets him down. But I think as a squad player and a backup left winger, he's going to do an alright job this year. We'll wait and see. We've sold Lolly. Now, I was planning on selling Lolly anyway, and Lolly's worth about 10 million quid. He's only young, he's like 25. And Aston Villa offered us 9.5 million. Yeah, sold him. So he's gone. And we've managed to buy another Everton player. Delafay. I'll learn that, don't get me wrong. Keepers said it. I'll listen to our keeper said it, he'll get it right, won't he? I just won't say it in a Scottish accent. But yeah, 15 million quid from Everton. I mean, they were selling everyone wanted to leave. So absolutely happy, because he's a good player. There's certain parts of his game that let him down, like I think his teamwork's not very good. But he has got some really good ability, and he's the best left winger we've ever had at the club. So he's got to be an improvement, and I'm just excited to see what he does. Right, now the most important part of any team, the strike force. Now, you've got to admit, last year, even I was amazed with how well my strikers did. Naki Wells, fantastic player. He's obviously staying. He scored a lot of goals last year. I think over 20 goals. He just did so well. I was just so happy with him. Jordan Rhodes, again, he scored a decent amount of goals, over 15 goals last year. Again, brilliant. That's the kind of result, that's the kind of goals tally you want from your players. It was brilliant. And also Will Grigg, again, just amazed me in the Premier League last year with some of his play, some of his touches, and his goals as well. He scored some great goals, and again, he scored over 15 goals. So that's a lot of goals. That's the kind of goals you need, I think, to do well every year. So I'm sticking with that. They know the job, they know the club, and it works. My tactic and them three work. But last year we had Torre on loan. We just didn't want to renew that. And we also had Nano on loan. I didn't want to renew that either, because we got the chance to get this guy, Kuki. Now, obviously, if you watch the press conference, you'll know that. But he is a quality young player, probably one of the wonder kids of the game, and has all the potential to become a great player. He's just spent the last year on loan, so he's had a year of good football. And now he's coming here fresh, absolutely buzzing. Obviously, it's only a 1 year loan, but we managed to tie in. It's a big amount. I can't remember off the top of my head. It might be 30 million, 40 million or something. If we want to sign him at the end of the year, if he's absolutely out of this world, we might do. It's just nice to have that option, and I'm absolutely buzzing. We've got Kuki in a Huddersfield Town shirt. Right, there you go. That's the end of the press conference and the transfer special. It was just a bit of fun with some of my fellow content creators. It's something I plan on doing at the start of every season. And then just a transfer update, so you know who's come in, who's gone, and what I've got to play with this year. Honestly, I'd be well interested to know what you think of the deals we've done. If you think we can do a repeat of next year, can we do better than next year? Because obviously we punched above our weight last year, so it will be interesting to see how it all comes together. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this little episode, don't forget to press the like button. It helps me out massively. Also, if you're new, subscribe. We have just gone, or I have just hit 1,000 subscribers, which in 6 months, which is absolutely amazing. It was my dream to hit 1,000 subscribers. So thanks to every single one of you, all you guys who watch me, like me, and have subscribed to me. Honestly, it means the world to me, and I will keep trying to produce the best content I can. And hopefully we'll have another great season at Huddersfield Town, and hopefully you'll all come along for the ride with me. Now, I hope you have a nice day. Take care. I'll see you later.